Do you know your product's dimensional weight? What's happening, guys? Today we're going to be speaking about Amazon fees. We're going to be going into referral fees and which categories are the best, which categories are the worst, and then we're going to jump into fulfillment fees as well. Specifically, how do you calculate outbound shipping weight? And most importantly, what is the difference between actual product weight and dimensional product weight? If you don't know what dimensional weight is, I urge you watch this video through because it could save you a ton of money in terms of FBA fulfillment fees. If you're new here, a big welcome to the channel. As usual, guys, if you enjoy this video, please hit that like button for me. Really do appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed yet and you like the content, consider doing so. Turn on those little bells, that way you'll know as soon as new videos come out with updates like this. So let's jump in. Amazon referral fees. These are like commissions. Amazon charges every third-party seller this fee per unit that they sell. Now this fee is variable between categories. It's usually about 15% of your sell price. In other words, if you sell a product for $10, they are going to charge you $1.50 per item you sell. But it does differ between categories, so you want to have a look at where does your product sit, which category, and what's the applicable referral fee. Now this referral fee is for Amazon bringing you the sale. They're giving you huge exposure to their customer base. Without them, you probably wouldn't have made that sale. Also, they have all the customer loyalty, the customer trust, the customer credit card details already stored. It's much easier for you to make that sale. And so generally, it's 15% of your sell price, but it does differ per category. So you can check all the categories below in the description and the applicable fees. But I will go into the best and worst with you now. The best US categories in terms of referral fees are consumer electronics at 8%, camera and photo at 8%, automotive at 12%, industrial and scientific at 12%, remember, as opposed to 15% of your sell price. The worst US categories are clothing and accessories up at 17%, shoes, handbags and sunglasses, which sell for more than $75 at 18%, and jewelry with a sell price below $250 at a referral fee of 20%. Next is FBA fulfillment fees. Now, this is what Amazon charges you per item fulfilled, and they charge you this for picking, packing, handling, shipping out your product to the customer, handling that customer service relationship, and dealing with customer returns if the customer wants to return the product. So they handle all of that for you, and they charge you a set amount per unit. But this is not based on sell price. This fee is based on your product's size tier and your product's outbound shipping weight. These two are extremely important. You're also going to have a link in the description where you can see all the FBA fulfillment fees as well, but I'm going to break it down really easily for you today. Your product's actual size determines the size tier. So if this were your product, the actual size of this is going to determine the size tier. For example, you will be in small standard size if your product measures beneath 15 inches by 12 inches by 0.75 inches. But keep in mind, that's super thin. That's like book thin. So really difficult to fit into that category. Private label sellers usually land in the next category up, large standard size. And you're going to fall in here if your product is under 18 by 14 by 8. Small oversize is when your product measures beneath 60 inches by 30 inches. And the longer side plus girth is below 130 inches when those are added together. Next up is your medium oversize, and this is when the longest side of your product is beneath 108 inches and the longest side plus girth is under 130 inches. Then large oversize, again 108 inches longest side, but the longest side plus girth goes up to under 165 inches. And lastly, special oversize. This is basically when your product just doesn't match any of the others. When your product's longest side's over 108 inches, or your longest side plus girth is over 165 inches, or your product is over 151 pounds. So once you've actually determined the size tier based on your product's actual size. You now have that tier, but you need to determine within that tier, what is my exact fulfillment fee? And this is based on something called outbound shipping weight. And the way Amazon determines this is your product's weight plus Amazon's packaging weight equals outbound shipping weight. But what's key with this is your product's weight is determined by Amazon in two ways if your product weighs over 1 pound. Now, if your product weighs over 1 pound, you want to always calculate your product's weight in two ways. Number one is your actual product weight. Okay, as you'd put your product on a scale and that's the weight. If it weighs 1.5 pounds, it weighs 1.5 pounds. The other is your product's dimensional weight. And dimensional weight needs a certain formula to work out, which we're going to cover next. But you do want to work out both because Amazon is always going to choose the heaviest one to be your product weight. So actual product weight, again, is just your actual product's weight. So if this were your product and this was the packaging you had it put in and this is how you send it into FBA, that is the weight of your product. I have seen sellers make the mistake of thinking they can take the actual product out of the packaging and weigh that, and that's what the product's weight is. That is incorrect. The rule of thumb here is however you send it into FBA is how you want to weigh that product for your actual product weight. So that is actual product weight, really easy. The second one is dimensional product weight. Now, Amazon only brings this into play if your product weighs over 1 pound. So if your product's under that, you should be fine. But generally, we often sellers are selling products above 1 pound. So you do want to work this out. And the way you want to do this is your length times width times height. And then you're going to divide that by 139. Really simple. And that's going to give you a set number. And remember, Amazon's always going to choose the heavier one. So you don't want to discount dimensional weight. It might cause you to end up paying a much higher Amazon FBA fulfillment fee than you had planned for. So really key. Now, Amazon packaging weight can also be quite confusing. And what this is, if we pretend that this was an Amazon box with the logo, and when you actually have a product shipped out to a customer from FBA, as you'll already know, the product doesn't ship out like this. Say this was your product that you manufactured. Your product won't actually ship out like this to the customer. It's going to be put into an Amazon box and then it's going to be shipped out to the customer. So when Amazon puts it into their Amazon packaging box, this adds a little bit of weight to the product. And remember, Amazon's got to pay for that shipping. So they pass on that little bit of Amazon packaging weight to you, the seller. And that amount of packaging weight, luckily, is set to a default based on your size tier, which we already worked out. So each size tier has a set amount of packaging weight that you can pre-calculate, and so that you know exactly what your FBA fulfillment fee will be. In the standard size under 1 pound, you are going to add 0.25 pounds to your product's actual weight. In standard size above a pound, you're going to add 0.25 pounds. Oversize, you're adding a pound, and special oversize, you're adding a pound. Remember, it's your actual product weight or dimensional product weight, whichever one's bigger, plus your Amazon packaging weight. That's very important. That gives you your total outbound shipping weight, and that's what your fee is going to be based on, as we'll go through now. So here's our example product, 10 inches by 6 inches by 4 inches at 1.5 pounds. Our actual product weight's 1.5 pounds, but our dimensional product weight is, remember, length times width times height divided by 139, is 1.73 pounds, so a little bit higher. So Amazon is going to choose the heavier one. In this case, they're going to choose dimensional product weight. And then what they're going to do is say, okay, well, for that size tier, we need to add 0.25 pounds to the product for packaging weight, Amazon packaging weight. And so our outbound shipping weight is those two added together. 1.73 plus 0.25 gives us 1.98 pounds. That's our outbound shipping weight. So here we would just slide under the 2 pound category in large standard size. And lastly, you're going to calculate your total Amazon FBA fee, and this is simply going to be your referral fee plus your FBA fulfillment fee. So if we take our example product but selling at $29.99, then we can establish outbound shipping rate of 1.98 pounds, and our FBA fulfillment fee is in the large standard size 1 pound to 2 pound range, which is $4.76, and our referral fee, which is 15% of our sale price in this case, is $4.49. So in total, every time we sell a product with Amazon, in return for them bringing us the sale and also the automation that we get to experience with their system and them handling all those parts for us, we will pay them $9.25 every time we make a sale with this product. Guys, I hope you found this useful. Please do consider your dimensional product weight if your product is over 1 pound. If you did enjoy this, please give it a quick like. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. Turn on those bells so you are notified first and can implement this kind of stuff in your business. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.